You've seen Octafrag. You've seen Octa. And now, we bring to you for your entertainment, OCTAGON. Yes, because when you want a hardcore Doom level, you name it after shapes. Yeah. And there isn't enough Octa-based levels already. So, we get a legitimate OCTAGON. Yep. Freaking OCTAGON. Capital letters to emphasize just how amazing octagons are. Yep, because that's my favorite shape, apparently. It's the shape of a stop sign. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, so then, let's actually get to the level of the day, which is, we have a very small readme, so let's read this thing and we'll get right to it. This is an E1M1 replacement PWAD. It's texture protected against shareware play. Okay? And usually, as these are, to throw something in there so that way it's protected against shareware. Ran with DU 5.0 and run past BSP 1.1. It supports 4 players. The level only contains the enemies you might expect to find in E1M1. Sergeants and imps. The only weapons are shotguns and a chain gun. Good hunting. Yeah, not really much here. This is a pretty simplistic thing that doesn't tell me much. Well, let's actually load up the level and we'll see exactly what we're dealing with. Doom! Yep. Make sure I can actually see Doom. There we are. Doom! You can see it now. And now you can hear Doom music. Because we need to hear that stuff, right? E1M1. With that music that we hate so much because we're hearing it so much. Okay, let's see here. We're in OCTAGON. I guess that's why they call it OCTAGON. With an impressive skylit ceiling, which you'll never really notice because you're looking at the ground. But yeah, awesome looking ceiling. I don't think I've seen that before. And this actually kind of reminds me of the first level of Doom 2 or so. With like a balcony area here and like a nice balcony thing here. Looks professional. We have 7 secrets. That's paranoia me. My paranoia. Okay, this must be the way forward, I'm assuming. This is probably wrong. Oh god! This is the elevator. Get me back up. Okay, so this way's back. Dark, narrow, brown corridors. Oh, wait, I think I recognize this level. I think I recognize this level, people. I might be wrong. But I think I recognize this. Oh my god, yes. Yep. Yep, it is. I think, actually, people, this is a very significant level. Because this, people, is like the final level I played as I was younger, I think. I think this is like that final level or so. I didn't know it when I started it, but yeah, this is where I stopped in my playthrough of all Doom PWADs when I was younger. We're not stopping here now, of course. But yeah, significant historical point! And it's starting right before we actually start looking back on some levels, too, with Vorknets. We're going to be doing that in a little bit of time tonight. So yeah, it makes kind of sense. We made it up to kind of where I stopped off on it. And now everything moving forward shall be a blind level after this. So yeah, let's see the final level of what I remember. Which is mostly consisting of dark brown passages like this. Yeah, that's basically most of what the level memories are about. Yeah. Yeah, I want to try and get my mouse back. I'm just trying to see if Orange Rod's there. Yep. Okay, I can see that. Orange Rod? That's a long time ago! And yeah. It's kind of confusing. It's all over the place. It drops up and down and all around. You see, it's like crazy, the map. It's like all these pits down there that lead kind of back or different places. But yeah, I remember this level very much because this was all like the brown textured areas. I don't think it was this level in particular that like made me quit. Even though it's just basically brown dullness. It was just, by this point, I was basically getting tired of Doom levels. Especially since, look at what we played recently. We played like a teleporter maze, which is horrible. And then last time around, we had, that Big Brother one, which was absolutely frustrating. And like I said, I have a certain feeling I never actually fully completed that level. I think I kind of like rage quit on that one. And I didn't feel like I was doing it legitimate. I felt like I had cheated myself somewhat. And so I never exactly felt like wanting to continue at that point. It felt like I was like discouraging myself from continuing. And it started getting more depressing as I went along. So I decided not to bother. And yeah. Okay, so we have lots of pits. Oh, wait. I dropped down to one of them. I didn't mean to do that. Now I don't know where I am. Brilliant! Well, that helps. Hi! Your things that might kill me. Oh god, hi! I know I can't look down, but he was going to shoot me in my head because I landed on his head. Where am I? Where in God's name am I? Have I been here? I don't even know. Ooh, look, things. Places, ideas. Oh, look! Things that aren't so brown. Yeah, I did forget to mention this, but there is this area out here which isn't brown. Not the whole level brown, but most of it's brownness. So I did remember this area, so don't make it sound like, well, you must have not made it this far because of all the brownness. No, I do remember this part. It's just that most of the level's pretty dull like this. Then you have some areas that like stand out after this or so. Hey! You die already, okay? Hey, who shot me? Seriously, there's like a lot of corridors around here that's very confusing. Hi! How did I get there? Where am I going? Wasn't there like a floor between the floors or something? I forget where I'm going. This way leads back, but there's like... These, what are these about? No idea. In any event, let's see here. We want to go up. Try to like find the different passageways we haven't been to yet. I'm assuming there's like ways between the ways or so. Like this pit here. Here's one. What's down here? And more randomness, of course. Well, this was a completely pointless way with just one health pack. Well, what did you expect, really? Yeah, I'm hearing things in the walls. These just lead back to the beginning. Wow, we went in a giant freaking circle. Really? At least this way I'm killing all the different stuff, because I believe you want to go through that key area we saw to get forward. So I want to kind of like clear out this place. If we can. I know it's going to be hard because of how confusing this whole area is. It definitely sounds like there's stuff here. If I drop down below here, in a place we've been, haven't we? I think of places I haven't been. I'm disoriented by this whole thing. Hey, what's up this way? You like ran down here, up here, across here. Hi! This is stuff. This is things and concepts and ideas and places I haven't been before. So we shall obviously head this way. Okie dokie, now where? Let's see here. We want to figure our way out of this maze. Oh, it's back to begin. We might go like this way, don't we? Yep. Okay. Making my way out of that godforsaken maze. Let's go up here. Chain gun! Me wanty! Me wanty! I see chain gun, me wanty! We still have yet to find any of the secrets. So yeah, that's not good. Oh god, lots of imps! They've all decided to come down here and try and kill me. Okay. Oh! Ow! That hurt. I want that chain gun! Wait, game. Now I found the hazmat suit. About time. Now, of course, for the stupid question of, well, is there stuff, like, to get everything here? Let's save. Grab this. Hop all the walls! I don't trust that. I think there's something here. There's something. Obviously something. Obviously. The answer is that there's things, and they do stuff. Okay, let's run up here. We want to drop down and get that armor. At least. That's something that can be done. I also have to run like on this ledge. Here to grab the armor. Is that? Oh, no. Wait, this dropped the chain gun. Okay, that gave me the chain gun. I don't know how I got that down, but it works. So now I have the chain gun, finally. Oops, I fell off. But at least now I have the chain gun. That's pretty much all the guns we're going to be getting. Yeah, follow this narrow platform around. We get to the area with the blue keycard. Now for a stupid question of where are all the godforsaken secrets? It's so weird to think, that this was like where I stopped. I can't think of like anything that like made this level so atrocious to make me stop in comparison to everything else. It was just a culmination of like everything up to this point. It was more of like a factor of its stuff than its whole. Oops, I didn't want to fall down here. Oopsie. Hopefully I got stuff. We shall see, won't we? Shotgun guys everywhere! I still have yet to find any of the secrets. I'm killing stuff left and right, but where are the secrets? Okay, invisible thing. It's obviously something. What's this about? Where am I? I have no idea. It's like weird ledges. I probably just lost my ability to get back, didn't I? Ain't that brilliant? Yeah, this looks brilliant. I have no idea where I'm going. I seriously don't. I thought I did, but now I'm totally lost. I'm just kind of bumble around like an idiot, hoping to get somewhere. Yeah, I think that leads back. You see nowhere where the said secret is. We're gonna have to definitely check around, like, see if, like, the secret's here. On this side. Oops. I'm falling all around creation, not knowing what I'm doing. That's not unusual for me at all. Oh look, a random secret. Where's this lead? Oh, this leads back. Okay. So we just found interconnecting ways connecting the two, so there is ways back. We're not gonna have the problem of not be able to get back either way. Because we found these two routes. This was interesting actually because there's not a wall here. This is weird. Why is there not a wall here? I guess no reason besides the fact the matter just didn't map it for whatever reason. Oh, we only have 5 secrets remaining. 5 bloody secrets. We killed most of the things in the level. So, what now? Now we wander around aimlessly and look for stuff to do. Like collect these health vials here. And this little armor bonus. This is something. Ooh, goodies! Look at that. What'd I do? What did I do? Oh, God! I've unleashed hell. At the same time, though, I've also given myself the ability to get more goodies. Yay! Now I can easily navigate this area a lot simpler. We still have a few pickups to go. Like I said, at least the good news is that there's really no areas that we can't get back to. So that's not really my concern now. Where are we going? Let's try this way. Maybe because I don't know any better way to go right now. Have I been down here? Yeah, this is where the elevators were. We started heading this way, but then we kind of got fought by demons. All that brilliance. Okay, let's actually hug the walls here and try and, get across this ledge area. Oops. I'm a cuts at platformers. Do you actually expect me to do this easily on my first try? Come on. There we are. We're almost there. Yay, we're across. I see armor. How do I get to the armor? I want it. Get me to it. I think that's the place I've been. Yeah, that's the place of the elevator. How do I get to that? We'll have to figure that out in time. Hi! One guy out of the way! Where's this lead? I'm not sure where this leads, or why. Why do I get so high? Where am I? Where in God's name am I? Wait a minute, I'm all the way back here? Oh. Well, that stinks. I don't like that at all. Yeah, let's drop down. Where am I? I'm totally lost, people. This is a bloody maze of brownness. I don't know what I accomplished. I seriously don't. I see, here we are. This stuff. Or at least a secret. That's something. Yeah, it sounds like this thing's here, but how? How does one get above? Really, the only things we had was these 2 ways. Like our only clues. What am I missing? Right now I don't know how to get around. I feel like I'm going in circles. Ain't that brilliant? I have no idea where I'm going. Or even the purpose of this whole staircase area is. There's gotta be something here that I'm missing. But it's becoming yet again another puzzle. Another terrible brown puzzle. I'm hearing enemies, though. They gotta be here, somewhere. Just not sure where. In there. So then you think, okay, we need to go up. Except for the fact that, well, it doesn't seem to be any use by going up. And going up led back to where we were before. But going down also leads to places we've been. This is strange. Like, then again, there was an imp here where it doesn't make sense for an imp to be. Now, see, that's the thing. I don't know if this is a way back or what. Okay, let's shut down here. There's dead imps. We've been down here before. Which suggests this is not the way to go. But I don't get it. Well done, people. We're doomed. We're totally doomed. What's that something to do with those, like, areas that are, like, divided or so? Like here. Like, what's the point of that? Game? Tell me the answer. Why is that there? Yeah, I hear things. But how do I get to things? How do I get to the things? Where are the things? I'm back at the beginning of the map. We've accomplished nothing. Seriously, there's places we haven't been. I need to figure out how to get there. This is a thing and it's still closed. What am I missing? One, I'm hearing demons in the walls, which stinks. Because this is going to drive me nuts. Like, why am I hearing demons in the walls? 2, how do I get to that armor? There's obviously armor there. I want it. How do I get to it? Like, there's obviously something I'm missing. And it has probably something to do with these, does it? Let's see, what if I press this? Yes. I saw something lower for a second. I saw something lower. It was funky. I saw it lower for a second. I pressed something! I don't know what I did, but I pressed something. I don't know what's going on half the time. Let's go back. Just because I don't know what I did. I want to do it again. Just so I don't feel cheap doing it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, you click the one over there and it opens this one. guessing that's what happens. The turn allows you to get to the top. And why? What's the point of that? What's the point of that? I pressed the button. I don't know why. What did I accomplish? I don't even know what I accomplished, people. I seriously don't. There's a thing here. For what? It's like you drop down here, you follow this around. The thing here. So what did that button do? I pressed the button and it did stuff. I don't know what it did. I don't know what that button did. Been pushed. Okay, I pushed another button. Okay. What did I do? Now I unleashed two things. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, people. I feel like I'm doing nothing. Oh, okay. So now the floor down here has been dropped. And it's a necessary secret to continue. Ain't that brilliant? I love stuff like that. But yeah, there we are. Now we get this. We can run across here. And this leads back here. Wait, what? I see the exit door. Up there. Oh, so this is a whole pointless area that did nothing. Wow, so we just wasted a bunch of time doing nothing for no real reason besides to get something which we could have done anyway. Yeah. That was a complete waste of time. I feel proud of myself for that. Let's see here. See, I drop down here. Go up this elevator. Note that there's still stuff that we're going to have to hunt for, but yeah. I have a blue door. Which is, of course, the exit switch. So, that would be how we could exit the level, but we're not going to do that, of course. We're going to go for 100% completion because we are terrible people. And we like doing stuff like this to ourselves, because why not? Why in God's name not? Okay. Am I crouching? Am I crouching? How do I make myself crouch in this game? I want to fix that. I don't want to be crouching everywhere. Why do I have a toggle for crouch? Okay, so I essentially hit control. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, let's see here. We gotta figure out where this last godforsaken secret is. Well, we do have, I think I just actually picked up an armor bonus, didn't I? Yes, I did. So that was one of the items. Hooray! We have one item remaining, one secret remaining, one kill remaining. Let's look for the sound of demons. Hello, I'm looking for the sounds of killer demons. That shall lead me to my secret. Wherever the things are making noise. Probably in the middle of that maze, right? Probably. Let's go check it out. Now that we know where the exit is. Let's wander around aimlessly in a giant freaking maze to figure out where the last enemy is. If there's anything down here to make noise. This leads back to beginning. Is this? This is obviously nothing. And ooh, that's something. There's a way off there. How did that get a thing? That's the thing. There's something on the map there. How does one get up there? I need to get up there. I need to figure out how to get through this map to that area. Where is that? I don't know, but it's a place that's open. Somehow. This is a line on the map. How? Assuming that this goes underneath. Where is this? Apparently it's the area leading to the area there. Let's see. We shall try and figure this out. Logically and consistently, we're moving through here. I'm seeing that thing on my map. I'm trying to get towards that. Okay, so we head this way. This is, of course, the way towards everything. The way on my map is straight here. So we have to go up the staircase. Come on. Game. You can do this. Okay, now we go straight. Down here? It's here, maybe. Let's see, it is in there. That is something, but how? What am I missing? What am I missing? There's obviously something missing. I'm just trying to think. Maybe there's like a back way into that? There's gotta be something. See, that's the awkward thing. It's all over the place, these mazes, so I can easily go in one direction and just stick in that direction. It's all in God-forsaken ways. Okay, what's the joke? How's one getting here? You know what? I'm a bit impatient, so I'm actually gonna see if there's like a way around here. I really need to know what I'm missing. Because yeah, I don't see it. I don't see what I'm missing. And that's exactly the thing, because all the weird oddities this ways, I kind of have like the ability to see it from all sides. But I'm still not getting any ideas on how it could be a place. Okay, so there's maybe something in here. I don't know. I hit something. I don't know where on earth I hit it. I wasn't paying attention. I kind of like intentionally ignored it because I want to just try and find it now manually. I just want to know if it's around here, and if so, how. There's a way in here somewhere. I'm assuming it's in the big block. That's how it makes sense. It's somewhere in the big block area. Now it's just a question of how. So we have to stupidly like move all around creation. Wait, this ain't helping me. Wait, this is the wrong wall. And again, this could be completely wrong too. This is like too far away. I don't get it. I don't get this at all. What am I missing? I'm obviously missing something. But how I'm supposed to be able to figure out this something in the middle of a massive freaking maze, I don't know. Just feels like a very annoying secret. Where am I going? I'm totally lost. Seriously, people. I don't get this. I don't get where I'm supposed to go. Or any of this right now. What am I missing? Okay, so we're back in the intro area. We could go up here, of course, and say, oh, looky here, looky at the beginning area. We're back here, yay. It did nothing. Then we follow this brownness down. Up down here. We have all the ledges now to jump across. Of course, that means... Here, is it here? This is right above where it is, or something. If this is helping me in the slightest. Oops, I didn't mean to save. Right. I think I'm back where I was before, wasn't I? Like I'm going in circles. I'm really going in circles. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to drop. Come on, Doom guy, find something. Find something. Anything at all. Just get me out of here. Here's the stupid answer. What am I missing? What am I missing? Not sure. Press here. Doom. This is brilliant, huh? This is absolute entertainment at its finest. Doom. So, stupid question, but where exactly are we supposed to be going? Wait, what? Did I lower something? I don't know. I thought we did something. So that might have just been because I was lowering an elevator at the same time. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. What the? What the? That's strange. This is strange. What is going on? Okay. I see. Here we are. Very weird secret. But okay. Oh, great. Okay, so you drop down here, you read down here your quick this button, which also causes this elevator down somewhere. That's exactly the thing. Even when I know where it is, I don't know where it is. Ain't that brilliant? I think it's down here. There we are. This absolute maze of stuff. There we are. And look at that, everything we needed. Time to get out of here. God, this maze was annoying. Now let's figure out how to get out of this godforsaken place. This is fun, right? I hope so. Oh, this just returned me back to where I was. Interesting. That actually works out well because that means we can exit the level quickly. Yay! So, all that in mind, let's actually exit. Almost there. And freedom! 100% completion. As usual. So, what exactly did I think? Well, but, first of all, this is pretty significant to me for being the level that I stopped on and whatnot, and that it was like the final level I usually play, before I usually stop this thing entirely. But there's really nothing else significant about it. It just really is an area where most of the level, there's like areas at the end that are a little different, but most of the level revolves around a giant freaking brown maze. That's just boring. It's all these different height level variation things, which I guess some people could like, but honestly, it's not my cup of tea at all. I hate mazes, and so something like this is just absolutely frustrating and annoying. And yeah, hunting for that final secret was just a frustrating, tedious maneuver, where I wandered around aimlessly in an area that, if it didn't have so many height variations, wouldn't have been a pain in the butt, but because of the fact of the matter that we kept dropping and raising and dropping and raising, going all around, it felt like it was more chaotic than it needed to be, and I had no idea if I was going in circles or what was going on. Like I said, I'm kind of glad that we ended up finding the secret, naturally, instead of actually, just, like, cheating again there, but I kind of wanted to just make sure it was indeed in the middle of this maze, that way I wasn't torturing myself with that, because it's too much of a pain, it's too annoying, it's a frustrating maneuver to get around this maze. So yeah, I don't like the maze at all. And honestly, I remember even when I was younger, I spent a lot of time in the maze, so like, the end areas you fly through really quickly, and most of the time just spent being tortured in this lengthy maze. Because it goes all around creation. Other than that, really not much though. It doesn't really. The secrets are relatively fair. Even that final one, the one that like I had difficulty finding, I can't say too much about it because we had an audio cue, the second elevator coming down. So it's not like it's totally unfair. Everything else was pretty vividly clear. Every one of them was basically like a slightly different texture, like an elevator texture usually, and it was always pretty clear on exactly what to do. We were able to kind of figure our way around and do different things. Like I said, I don't like the fact that they threw in the middle of the maze one of them, because that's exactly the reason why we couldn't really figure out the first time, but it was at least a legitimate thing, that we heard the elevator and figured out how to kind of get there from that. But yeah, it's so I can't complain about secrets. Weapon wise, I think we had like quite a bit of ammo for just shotgun and chain gun even. To the point that we could be a bit overpowered, but luckily we didn't have like the powerful guns at least, which I guess is something. I don't know, I still feel like we were a bit too much ammo, like lying around everywhere, to the point that we didn't really even like run. even close to low. But yeah, overall it was just a pretty boring, bland level with a very drab maze that makes it absolutely really dull. And yeah, absolutely really a frustrating mess to make it through. And like I said, I don't think it was this level in particular that like just totally killed it, but it was basically like I had just played Big Brother. A few levels ago, we played the teleport maze one that was like frustrating to get through. Then we come to Big Brother. That one was like a frustrating one to get through. Then we get this, and it's a terrible brown maze. Yeah, so it's like it's just a lot of like boring, bland situations back to back that seem to be frustrating situations. It gets to a point where it's like, why am I even doing this? And so I usually end up quitting on it and deciding not to do anymore. And so that's kind of how it usually goes. As I said, this time around, I'm actually going to continue and see what's actually ahead. Mainly because A, I'm actually kind of interested myself, because it is kind of pivotal that this is where I stopped, and B, I'm kind of recording, so it's like now that I can take you guys along for the ride, and it makes it more entertaining than if I was just doing it by myself. I think yeah, that really is what kind of gives me the energy to continue through these terrible levels sometimes. Is the fact that it gives me commentary about them, and we can talk about these levels or see what they are. It's not just me suffering through a level; it's me suffering through a level, but then showing you guys how bad it is, and just show me an example of exactly how terrible it can get. It's almost becomes a conversation piece instead of just something that's terrible, and me suffering through it. And in that way, it makes it a bit more redeeming in the fact that it makes it a bit more survivable. And that's, I guess, why exactly I can handle it now and why I couldn't then. Um, well, then mind, like I said, nothing really stand out this year besides a very bland, boring brown maze. Um, I absolutely hate the maze. It's very boring, but it definitely was nothing that would have single-handedly made me stop all WADs. Like I said, it definitely was like a terrible situation, but by no means was it like the reason why to stop. It just happened to be this particular level several times for some reason. I don't know why. I think, like I said, it's the combination of the ones that are around it. You think like back to the ones we've recently played, and then you think of this, and like Big Brother alone, Big Brother really is like one of those levels that always discouraged me greatly. Honestly, coming out of Big Brother, I was always like very, very depressed and very, very loathing it by that point because yeah, Big Brother's a terrible situation to go through. And then we had this. We had the teleporter maze a few ones back, and that one's like, yeah. And then we have all those terrible mazes. It just felt like absolute abysmalness. We had some redeeming levels recently, but it's overall been just so bad. I mean, we've seen bad, but it's getting worse. It feels like, I don't know, lately it's been getting really terrible. And that, like, I've been hoping for redemption, but they don't give redemption. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. At the end of the day, I think that was kind of why I stopped, because the fact of the matter that you look at something and you just keep saying, if it's just going to keep getting worse, why am I doing this? And especially since I could be playing other games. And this is usually where, along the lines, I would say, it must be that I don't like Doom, and so I must play some other game or so. And that's where usually I would stop playing sprite-based games and want to go back to, like, say, I don't know, like a 3D games like Quake or Unreal or something like that. And usually this is where I do like a circular thing because I'd be thinking about those games while playing this and saying how terrible this is in comparison to them. So I want to play that again. And then we go back there and we end up going in a massive freaking loop. And that basically is kind of what was happening. I think like I would constantly go in a loop and play. I say I want to play this game, I want to play this game, and usually I would end up not going anywhere on any of them because of that. And then of course always Doom would kind of be thrown back in there and be like, okay, let's actually try and see if I can bear Doom now. And of course I couldn't, so yeah. Like I said, my opinions haven't changed. It's still terrible. It's still abysmal. It's still suffering to get through. But because the fact of the matter that A, it's a conversation piece, and it can be a lot more fun to get through because of that, and B, I have a bit more patience, I think, which is a bit weird to say because at the same time I'm no clipping through a lot of these and like getting impatient at times. But at the same time, I feel like, even though I'm not spamming every wall like I used to and get really frustrated with it, at the same time I feel like I'm having more patience with them and the fact that I'm more willing to put up with some of the terribleness of these levels and actually like not rage quit right away with these. Like I said, certain ones like I bared a lot of the ones earlier on, I know. Like Demon 2, I know I suffered through. I know I suffered through, like, Ambush. I know I suffered through a lot of them. But, like, by like, the time of Big Brother, I think, in the teleport maze, I think, is, like, the pivotal moment. And you even saw that one here, where I basically say, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to just no-clip through this thing and look at it. Because there's no way out. And yeah, I just felt kind of cheap for doing that. It felt like, why am I playing this if I'm going to no clip through it? And then, yeah, basically Big Brother was kind of like the final nail in the coffin. And yeah, I usually come to this level like already worn out, and then I see a very big brown maze. I make it through this thing, and I'm like totally done by this point. But yeah, nothing really that abysmal about this level in the long run. It just is a very bland maze I don't like. Um, like I said, I could see some other people liking it, those that like mazes. It's another maze to add to your collection of lovely mazes. But yeah, it's levels like this that make me say that old school games are basically just a bunch of mazes, and that it's usually pretty terrible. And this is exactly what I'm kind of talking about, is stuff like this level. And yeah, well, that mind, I'm glad I'm through this, and I can't wait to see what we're doing going forward. I said in a few hours, I'm going to have that stream with Vorknitz. In fact, it's going to be about like 2 hours or so. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we also have whatever else is coming on. Like I said, I'm not going to stop it because we just played through every level that I've seen. We're going to go forward, and we're going to see what exactly I didn't check out as when I was younger. Like I said, it was kind of at first to just check out that, but I feel like continuing. I feel like continuing through this database in kind of like the same fashion and see what I would have encountered had I continued. What exactly is right ahead the corner? Does it get better? Does it get worse? We shall see. It's all around the same time period or so of terrible levels, so why not check out what else exists around this time? So, my curiosity brimming, we shall step forward soon in the future. Well, then, mind, thank you very much all for watching, and I shall see you all next time.